I said we're going to start having rock concerts. Yeah. We're going to get roller skates and big ass bags of rocks. When we find them disrespecting our women and talking down This stuff don't impress me. That ain't going to feed my babies. Am I right or wrong? That stuff don't move me. It really don't. We came here in the holes of ships.
Right.
That stuff don't move me, but anyway, here's a man that I've been soldiering with. I've been fighting in different countries with. We cried together, bled together, we got thrown off planes together, barred from countries. We went up in Margaret Thatcher's house and called her a bull-faced bulldog ass woman. We called crackers out. We call these imitation fake-ass Negroes out.
Right.
These handkerchief-head black leaders that sell you out, we called them out. We went across the globe defending you.
Right.
And when you heard the call, y'all stood up, and we applaud y'all for that. But now, here we are in 2001. We're putting together certain agendas that we're going to put out to the public in a few days, and we're going to see how they respond. Now, when you hear the call, don't look to the left and don't look to the right. Look in the mirror. Because it's about you, it's about what you're going to do. Don't look for what we're going to do. We're laying out the plan, and all you got to do is follow it. I want y'all to stand up and give a royal round of applause for my man, Chuck T.
We always been in a crucial time. Matter of fact, me and Grif share studios, we share businesses. Matter of fact, we share the same spot where we look at each other and no words have to be said. So we're talking about what fish spot we're going to hit today. Then sometimes I'll get in the grouchy mood like I was when I went down to Airwax a week ago. I apologize. But I just, you know, it's overstood, and then Grif will calm me down, and then I'll try to do the same thing a week later when he gets there. But as he laid it down, I mean, look, 2001, like he said, it's a wild odyssey, but the usual suspects are at hand, and it's in motion. Beginning of the year, Dr. Khalid Muhammad dies mysteriously. 2 weeks back, 3 weeks back, William Cooper shot. But basically, this is not an issue that black people, like whatever. Then people will come along and say, oh, Chuck, yo, y'all need to come out with something, son. I mean, when y'all coming out with something, Negro bots, niggatrons and niggatron game, program waiting for some system or some kind of technology to deliver it to us so we can be programmed. See, one area that we've been working in the last 5 to 6 years that we found out around 1993 that we would have to take control of, at least to the best of our abilities, is technology. At least to be on top of technology before to be on top of your ass. And we would be up there saying, look, man, there's something got to be able to get the word out to the people. You know we can't rely on radio and television television. Like I said, we're not going to introduce anything new to this panel, but the obviously said has to be said. Well, so in 1994, I decided to get into different ways. And we know that the internet was concocted and created by the United States government so they could get into surveillance, so they could motor computers and could contact anybody across the world. It's basically, what was it about? It's like, you know what? You cannot buy no more land, or you cannot steal or kill for no more land on earth. So they began to invest in the real estate in your mind. So now we're paying mental rent for corporate presidents. People say, oh, Chuck, when you're coming out with something, so they're waiting around a radio station to deliver their sounds. Or waiting for a video. Oh, there they go. Those are my cats. I remember back in the day fighting the power, you know what I'm saying? So we built in technology over the last 6, 7 years as we remain under the underground, building something akin to those tunnels that they say Van Laden has built in the mountains. Because somebody has used the ability of culture that transcends language and reverse the flow. You know, like Grif said, we've been in 53 countries. Over and over again, we've seen cats who speak Portuguese patois who normally would go to a school cannot speak English because there's few commonalities in the language. All of a sudden, these cats are speaking English because of a rap joint or of a show. So the culture goes worldwide. So my whole thing is that this investment into the culture has been real scary. Hip-hop rose out of the ashes of the de-emphasis of musical education in the school system in New York City in the early 70s and the mid-1970s. They said, we're not going to even teach music. If you follow black folks in our music, just for the last 100 years, you automatically, by default, get a timeline of our feelings and our histories. So they're going to knock that out, and boom, out of those ashes, cats still made some music. Like Rosa said, although they think that you can purchase a culture, which you really can, but they thought they did, and they have to a certain extent. We got a lot of people out there that got blood money on their hands. Like for example, the Russell Simmons situation. $100 million, he might have cashed out on Def Jam, whatever, animosity, whatever. Because he felt he got to keep a business going with the flow, because once the guys, Bad Boy and Death Row came and raised the stakes, well, we went from Fight the Power to Gin and Juice. But then you got to look into the science of that, because Seagram's, which owned Universal, which also bought into the whole thing of the Death Row camp eventually, why wouldn't they be in the market of trying to sell more gin? We got to know that. So if Russell's going to come in, just give me 5 minutes with this, because this is some science you probably never heard. Russell's going to come in, of course. He's going to feel guilty. I think this cat right now feels a big, deep hole in his soul, because he's contributed to the condition. He might have not created the condition, but he contributed to the condition after the stakes were raised with the whole Bad Boy, Death Row thing, which is a whole other thing, which is longer discussion. We had 2 guys killed because of that. And all of a sudden, Def Jam came in and said, we're going to replace a Biggie with this Brooklyn cat, Jay-Z, and we're going to replace this bald-headed character, Tupac, with DMX. And fill in the void. And boom, you replace the appetite and the attitude. Boom, whatever that is, that's another discussion. But let's talk about the 5-4-3-2-1 syndrome that affects each and every one of us from not really taking it to the next level. 5 major retail outlets control every aspect of the music that you want to purchase, or the video, or DVD. Cat say, you know what, I'm afraid of computers, but try to give a cat a cassette today. Can you give me a CD? Well, what made you get a CD? So obviously technology is biting you in the ass, right? 5 retail outlets control the nation's network. 4 major record companies. It used to be 5 with the merger between EMI and BMG made 4 major record corporations. 3 major corporations control black, quote-unquote, urban radio. 2 television networks accept black faces. You know UPN, you pick a nigga like Paul Mooney said. You be the Buffooning Network. Then you got 1 video outlet, Viacom, that controls every video that comes out. Right. Can't say, yo, dog, I seen you on that new that story they made about Dick, they popped you up. Nigga, what's up? That Behind the Music on VH1. That was done a year ago. And they spent, what, 45 minutes on the Jews because they said that's Public Enemy's greatest tragedy. Culture, the universal language that goes into the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom! Who